welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the format and general pointers on time management for each section. Let's get started. Okay, now we have for paper 1, we have 1 hour 50 minutes, and the first section A, you will have editing. Okay, now reading the entire text quickly first to understand the subject matter of the passage. As you read quickly for this editing passage, check if the passage is mainly relating event in the past, present or future, or whether it's a combination of time period. This will help you to know which tenses to use. I'll be creating a separate video on grammar components for your revision purpose. So for editing, 5 minutes is the most that you could do. Read the text once and then read it again. Look for errors, circle, write down the correct words in the spaces provided. Moving on, we have situational writing in the same paper. So if you spend 5 to 7 minutes in your editing, you will have sufficient time to spend for your situational writing. Okay, now how do I do well in situational writing? The most important aspect is to consider the task at hand. What do you need to do? And additional information that is given to you carefully. Okay, there will be a visual text with some information too. So you use all that information that is provided to help you to craft your piece. You need to be able to develop pointers, information given to you to write an extended piece. Next consideration is who you're writing to and why you're writing the piece. You need to ask yourself these questions, as they will help you to decide how to start the piece, how to phrase your ideas, the tone and the use in writing, and how to end the piece. You must follow the format of what is asked for, okay, that you should write in, okay, and you must also know how to write that format. Okay, for instance, letter, you need to know exactly where to write the address and how you should write it. The language use is also an important consideration. Should you write in a formal or informal tone? You will do well if you show an ability to appreciate the task requirements. This means you must fully grasp what you need to do. The examiner must get a sense that you fully understand what the task is. So for that, plan your composition 10 minutes, start writing your composition 30 minutes, and please spend 1 or 2 minutes checking for errors in grammar, sentence structure, and definitely your spelling. Okay, now moving on. Next we have continuous writing. You have to choose one question from 5 options. How do I do well in expository essays? You need to appreciate the requirements of the question. Planning is critical. Understanding the focus of the question will enable you to do well. You need to be able to take a position on the issue. If you cannot do this, then it's better not to do an expository essay under exam conditions. You need to be able to develop arguments, proving your points. Developing the points that you have is a skill that you must hone. In the coming videos, I'll give you pointers and tips on this. Next, you must also provide relevant examples, survey results, current affair news to further develop your argument. Since the purpose of expository essay is to persuade the reader, real life examples must be present to prove that your points are indeed valid. You must write a clear topic sentence at the beginning of each body paragraph in the essay. Coming to paper 2, section A, we have the visual text. Essentially, when we are analyzing visual text, we will use the CAPS approach. What does that mean? CAPS, context. What is the context? The audience, purpose, and or style. Therefore, we have the CAPS approach. So, what is the context of the advertisement? Who are the target audience? The purpose of that advertisement or that the flyer, okay, and what is the style have they used? What kind of style? Is it bold, the fonts, the sizes of the fonts? What is the emphasis? Okay, so for that you spend 5 minutes to read the text and the questions carefully, 10 minutes to answer the questions. Next we move on to Next, we have reading text 2, which should be a narrative or a personal recount text, while the second one will be a non-narrative text, which provides arguments or information on something. So let's look at text 2 first. The questions in the first passage are worth 20 marks, so you should not spend more than 45 minutes on answering the questions on text 2, and 55 minutes for responding to the questions in text 3. Okay, so now do take note of the different techniques the writer uses. Ask yourself why he or she chooses a particular word or a metaphor, simile, analogy, or other types of imagery to express the ideas. There are several questions in this comprehension where you'll be required to infer the purpose and the effect of these techniques, especially narrative. So you have to make an intelligent guess as to what the writer is trying to convey, and you have to answer the questions quickly. So make sure you're making notes on each paragraph, summarize each paragraph so you know what is really happening, visualize the event, and answer the questions. Okay, next we have the non-narrative text 3. This passage you will have to attempt the summary question. Before starting to read the passage, quickly skim through all the questions that are in the paper to get an overall idea of what overall idea of what the passage might be about. As you start reading the passage, underline or highlight the main ideas in the paragraph. If you cannot underline a main idea, just jot down what you think the main idea is by the side of the paragraph. As you read, do take note of, again, the different techniques: simile, metaphor, analogy. What is he trying to say, and in what way is he expressing his ideas? Okay, here you have to spend at least the bare minimum of 25 minutes to 30 minutes on your summary question. Remember, it's 15 marks for the summary question. So you have to spend that amount of time drafting your summary, writing, rephrasing the points, and to create the continuous writing for the summary question. And of course, please write neatly, legibly. You will be penalizing yourself if the examiner cannot read what you have written.